Hey guys, how's it going? Let me get the chat is up. Uh, Hello YouTube and hello Twitch. So let's see what we got going on here. Well, I hope everybody is doing well today. Looks like what we're going to start out with is Disco Elysium, um, kind of a Blade Runner style. Of course, I have to install my VC redistribution package to get this started up. This is actually the first time I'll be playing it, but this is a kind of futuristic dystopian. You're a cop who has a murder mystery to solve, bunch of side quests, all in a small block. So let's see how it goes. Okay, that should be good. Should have everything taken care of So welcome everybody to Dubious streaming. I guess that's what we're going to go with for now. My name is Justin D. Hurd, and what we've got here today is Disco Elysium. Okay, so what we got for people I can play on, if I don't want to create my own, is I've got a thinker, extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, and comes up with original ideas. That's 5 intelligence, 1 psychology, or physical, yeah, psychology, 2 FIS, and 4 motive. So he's got plus encyclopedia. Sensitive, is very psychological, a magnet personality, but unstable, might begin to lose his mind. 1 intelligence, 5 psychology. Oh, there we go. Psyche. So, here we go. That's better. Your capacity to reason is 1 plus encyclopedia, which are intellect. On this, it's my power to influence yourself and others with psyche. 2 is physique, that's weird for an FYS, but how well your body is built. And 4 is motives, how well you can move your body. Okay. So, sensitive is 1, 5, 4, and 2. And he has Inland Empire, which for right now is our top. And we have physical, the brute. Extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock. So, let's see here. Let's see what I can do with. Go create my own just to see. Might have to go back. Oh, hi pumpkin. Are you wanting up there? Well, we might have a guest with my cat pretty soon, but we'll see how that goes. Intellect, psyche, physique, and motorics. So I would say go great. Go with 2. That seems good to me. Let's see what that does. Okay, so this can tell us what encyclopedias call upon all your knowledge, produce fascinating trivia. Logic is wield raw intellectual power, deduce the world. Rhetoric, practice the art of persuasion, enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Drama, play the actor, lie, and detect lies. Conceptualization, understand creativity, see art in the world. And visual calculus, reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. Let's see what the other ones here. So Inland Empire is reconstruct crime scenes, make night. What are you doing here? There we go. Hunches and gut feeling, dreams and waking life. Yeah, I'll go with the thinker here, and we'll see how that goes. Mother, help me. There's a head attached to my neck, and I'm in it. Stop, I don't want to hear anything more about this sensation. Take me back to the formless, disembodied nothing.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Here's the liquor, and I did wake up with a migraine today, so Ah, there we go. Help! Someone! Cut off my head! It's trying to murder the rest of me!
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
fan has two pull chain switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Savoir faire. This is a white check. You may retry it. Snake Eyes always loses. Sixes always wins. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Broken window. The window stands broken in its frame, cold and unrealistic. Easy success. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from inside. Did I break it with my own hands? I look at them. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. What did this then? More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. Assess the size of the impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. I should go and find my other shoe. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. Fish them out. It says whirling in rags on the aluminum key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The whirling in rags is a hostile cafeteria on the urban coast frequented by dock workers. Words village restaurant rank is booked. They should have sent it. Nice. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liquors. Liqueurs. Real player still on the win line. Inventory. There used to be a tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about the Etienne's single "Smallest Church in Saint Sins." Must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in 1943. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fiery discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Conceptualization, challenging success. Was this not the same elan that found empires and lay waste to cities, viral and carrying towards the little things? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there underneath the soft vapor. As you reach out to look at the surface of the mirror, Inland Empire. Abort! You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Maybe I should touch it first. Make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with it. What's wrong? Where to begin? There's the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. I'm sorry, touch your nose. I bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. And it doesn't appear to be any particular tiny nose either, not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. At least my tongue is okay. It's not. It's swollen. It's now like wriggling between your fingers. Oh, that's not bad. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Of course I do. It's some kind of superstar. I think I'm a superstar. It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? I have no idea why it's there. It just is. Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. This is not what superstars do. You can't, can you? It's not like it's even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin on your face and now it won't come off. What does that even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Superstardom. God, I don't know. It's indescribable. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. It's insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too in a sad has-been kind of way. There's some charm to it. It's an expression of pain. It is definitely an expression of pain. You are correct. Encyclopedia Formidable 13. Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression or electrochemistry. Ooh. An attempt to stop the expression from happening. Woo! It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time has passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate uncontested way of life for our species. Okay? Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're probably not pronouncing it right. Guillaume Million. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an open air, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. So I adopted it. Why? I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. How long ago was the new? Anything else? Like, who am I? Why did I drink myself into oblivion? Nothing. You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a Capri Kinema. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume de Million, regional mega hit Don't Worry Your Pretty Little Head. So I adopted it. Why? Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some sort of stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. How long ago was the new? Some 20-odd years. There's a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression looking good on you or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. Guess that's it. Fucking Guillaume de Million. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want. Maybe some sort of stardust will return. Let the mirror be for now. Wow. That's a hell of a portrait there. The counter says it's March. The year is 50.
Hello, officer.
Class. Miss Orange, disco dancer. The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Procession sight. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. There's sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir.
Are you sure? You're shitting me. Goddamn right I'm a policeman, and don't you forget it.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this time.
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Nice. You have no doubt about the drinking, but do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something. Suggestion 0, very low. I might not know where I am or who I am or what a Capri Kinema is. How I know what it sounds like. She nods. That's it. Good fun, along she smiles, flashing her pearl whites.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you. She's about to go on an instinct to need, the need to ask questions. It's like you've said the words a million times before. You're a cop, Harry. It's unnatural of you not to want to ask questions. There was the usual ruckus. She shrugs. Loud disco music. Did I have any visitors? I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. She nods towards room number 3. Loud disco music? Oh yes, various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect with you. Oh, that. Yeah, whoosh. Less said about OO, the better. OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. Yeah, we go on right. I don't know about that. Around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. What happened? A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time you were yelling along to it. Was I singing this? Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church, like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that, and also that it doesn't matter anymore, and that we are alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Then what happened? Then you started screaming and trashed the place. What did I do? A window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped, and furniture too. A real destructo-a-thon. There was screaming, then I think you passed out. Please tell me there was anything else. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5, she nods, and that was it. Dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast, I can't say about the rest of the city. Where exactly is here now? Where am I? You're in a hostel, sir. No, where in the world? We are in Revachol. Revachol is a disgraced former capital of the world divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time. Revachol forever. Forever and ever. And ever and ever. Out of the corner of your eye, you see the hair on the back of your hand standing on end. It feels as though low-grade lightning is coursing through you. You must be hypersensitive from the hangover.
Glad to have been of assistance.
This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe Le Monde. I am butchering all of these. Revachol. There we go. Orange is pronounced ore. Man, I needed to know that. Revachol. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance and looks at you. Easy failure. Everything's cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of Gart, the cafeteria man. A competent work of taxidermy. A white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and dry mud. One of its uses the man is trying to move. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on the wall. This is a great squall. The seabird is the symbol for discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you're in right now. A small steel tag says as much. The great squall. Stercorarius squall. Look,
your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Flavor cigarettes. Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and pass on all the profiteers and hobo sections. Basically, imagine a yellow. Hi, this is Pumpkin, by the way. Yeah. It's up to you if you want to stay or not. And he's gone. Basically, imagine plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. Wait, where did I get such a crown? The idea of the king in a century gone is pretty fascinating. The sentiment is called Anticentennial Nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's coming to now.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
Fuck. Raphael Ambrose Custo.
Yes, well.
Raphael Ambrosius Costo. Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an interdepartmental joke or a peculiarity.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Right. And the interviews? Okay. We'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So the body is where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. Mr. Guard, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41... Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Let's see. He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant. It sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
Oh. Okay.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective?
It probably means this is where you step and ask her. His face expresses profound doubt in you having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, whether you can use later the more sinister ones, not vice versa. See that door there? Okay. Where exactly is the body? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. He points to the kitchen behind him. They hoisted him up on the tree there. And how do you get there, then? That's easy. See that door there? He points to the west. First you exit there, through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. There's no need for keys. The hole is big enough for the for the cavalry to fit through. This man needs to have a cavalry of innocence. Franco Negro. Sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. Wow. Sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind, 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their way. They wore lamalar, and carried guns. But first and foremost, Their heavy calorie was really, really wide. That hole in the fist must be enormous. She went away because none of your business. Have they not been telling you you're a cop? Am I not a cop? Everything is my business. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back and because I asked for the number. That's why Silly went away. I hope you appreciate that. I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but obliged. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Everything has something to do with everything. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. Are you the bartender? No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria. That period of my life is over. Not everyone understands my account as a bartender. Okay, I'm the cafeteria master. Understood. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's sure. That's it. He said they hoisted the lynching. Who's the they if he doesn't know? Oh, he's a bit surprised you caught that. People are saying he's the new doctors. That was lynching. Well, Locals customers. People, a lot of doctors over here. Sophie told me everyone knows their doctor. Did the union workers tell them to call her this, or is it just a rumor? I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. Why would the doctors lynch this man? I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do. You mean strike? Yes, the strike. He makes little quotation marks with his fingers. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbor company here. The mercenary unionists probably thought they'd send a message. Rubbish song. Turns to the lieutenant. I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then he shrugs. Officer, maybe you're better off working from home from now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. I'll see what I can do. I'm sorry I couldn't help more. Crease's line is forehead above the spectacles. You should take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio. We have to get this investigation started now. Man wants to say something. Thinks better of it and says, good luck. Oh, good lord. Whatever happened to Guillaume Le Mion, who, with his amber mane and sparkling teeth, beguiled the tattered remains of the nation? While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or does he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit boy de nu 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass, too. Or wait, maybe he's become a police officer in Revachol West. Police work is tough. Take breaks, talk to strangers, explore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape and not to send any bottles rolling across the floor where unidentified sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. It smells of vomit here. And by that you mean crimes against humanity? Passes time quickly. Interesting. Is this...
Hello again, sweetie. I see you met up with your colleague. Why? You are, officer. You are a handsome man, officer, with your moustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
pissed here. I am prepared for these. So limited or no ability use will have the button. Like falling from a great height or a grenade explosion. Ooh. Get your own thoughts, okay. Ah, there's my shit. That's weird.
Yes?
Try and concentrate on something other than your personal affairs. Try what gives me an okay. don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. Together if we have a better report. Oh, that's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the message department. That's correct. So let them issue the new school. God spare us. Real detective work. It's because I'm half Seal. I have a quarter. My father's was from Seal, from Seoul. So was my grandmother on my mother's side. So Seoul was a protectionist, isolationist, pan-solary state western insulindian isolate. Actually, it's quite interesting. It's only in some histories. Barking up the wrong trail. Don't speak over the seal right. I've never met either one of my grandparents. I've never been a seal. He seems was proud of these things. I'm a Reverend Shaw. Endurance. Classier. Pick them up if you had a bag. 1 second, guys.
Kuno's got this!
Oh yeah, never comfy, Kuno.
Can't talk, pig! She's coming up strong, throwing rocks!
Yeah, Kuno. Ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not guarding it!
We shouldn't do anything. I don't... You will see.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around it does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olarta invented Eternite in the Varna Polytechnic Institute some 39 years ago, he thought it would last forever, hence the name Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material is hardly carcinogenic, I think. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about the late reply there, Tegan. Man, sorry about that. Let me jump into the chat real quick. Okay, let's see. Never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. So, do you see anything out of the ordinary? 200 kilogram imprint. Thanks for could be the combined weight of two people or one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon to be dead man. You might be right. 200 kilograms of the living weight is unlikely. Possibly, yes. The limited network something that is over. But why? You're thinking, why do they care? They could have used a makeshift stretcher or just marched him up to the gallows. Maybe the victim refused to walk with us. You have a point there. He clicks his pen, thinking for him. Anyway, it's something to consider. What else can you see? White step number 41. Let's name it the Odd Soul. Do you have any ideas? Someone operating a workbench with a pedal like a joiner at a harbor? He thinks for a second. Or maybe a drummer. No, it's not. Forget I said it. We're not looking for a drummer. Raise this index finger. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver who would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. Interesting. He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent, the engines are all turned off. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam, see whether anyone strikes out as a potential subject. Some seems prudent, yeah? Seems prudent, no? Yes, prudent. The lieutenant writes down the information down in his notebook and reverts to the tracks in the mud. It's not possible that they're looking. 7 days below freezing. The day before the day of this game was the last one day. Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago. A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching. Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long...
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
with me.
Don't be traumatizing!
Yeah, so my character's a little bit weird. This is him. He's really good about encyclopedic knowledge. He's got a little inland empire. But this is what he looks like. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what he's saying his name is. It's pretty out there. So right now I am wondering what happened to a rock star named Guillaume Le Millon, who with his amber mane and sparkling teeth beguiled the tattered remains of the nation. While you suffered and suffered, did he dematerialize in a cloud of cocaine dust? Or did he simply stand in this corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit boy de nuit 20 years ago? Spare a thought for his great ass too. Or I guess we should do it. A great ass! Or wait, maybe he became a police officer in Revachol West. So you're trying to figure out whether or not you are this guy. And then I'm so drunk that I can't remember anything about my life. So, yeah. So you kind of create the world as you play it.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags. Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked? Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out, that's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company. I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container? Well, yes, us and the garbage disposal company. Seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something strange. Yeah. We need those keys. What do you need them for? It concerns the case. The lieutenant's voice is harsh and sudden. Please cooperate. He takes the keys from under the counter and hands them to you. Just bring them back once you're done, please. I've seen something here at the Whirling Guard. I think I need to talk about. He rolls his eyes. What thing? I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the union. I saw a sign that said I couldn't go in the kitchen. Why can't I go in the kitchen, guard? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. He tosses his head in disdain. They came here in the evenings, dumb, unruly types. They think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time. Find out who is in the union box. He gives you a meaningful nod. We should find out who this Loud faction is. Occupying the book. Loud newsmates talk to them. We need info. How do we find them? We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. He looks toward the booth. Men are hungry, even in striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow. There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He says they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got them. Guard, I saw a sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen, guard? What, are you a cook now? That's none of your business. Maybe there's something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen. He rolls his eyes. He wasn't panified, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with? He loses his mind. Fine, okay, the kitchen's closed until 13 o'clock, so 1 o'clock. Because the cook is working. You can stick around after that if you must. You should totally sing karaoke the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. My soul is immense. My soul is modest, it's normal size. My soul is puny. My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover. My soul is immense, utterly, and it needs to be heard. Oh, yes. Through a PA system, by other people. What should I sing when it comes up? You should sing the sad small church song from the tape you found. Thought it was obvious. I was thinking I could sing something happy. No, don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. Sing karaoke. Yes. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. This goes well with the theory I'm developing, that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. Oh, please. This feels right. You belong here. Yes. See a container you can't open? Equip a pry bar. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by. It's titled The Man from Heimdall and the Wild Fire. It's about 10. But really don't understand much about what it is it's promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. It's the 5G, people. The 5G. going anywhere right now. Richard Mullen. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not live. Fuck me. Now, come here. You gotta hear this. Richard Mullen lost his badge. What's going on? Super Cop here lost his badge. What? He lost his what now? Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all away. Alright, Doctor. Yes, hello? A female voice greets you through sex. Sounds like she's millions of miles away from here. Oh, right, sure. Oh, hello, officer. What can I do for you? Why did I leave the bar? You can hear it since honestly, I'm not really discovered. Wait, why aren't I just... Let's just say I left because I need to get away from someone. Okay, so these are actual separate characters. People we don't have money to have cables put in again. They use the Union's phone over on the coast. So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Someone else, the lieutenant makes it. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while. Oh. God. Good Lord. Thank you for that. Oh.
to work!
The man leans towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the line and oddly screeching for a man inside. He sighs.
Pull up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns towards him. He's a full head taller than everyone else here.
Here to fuck with us? Be the honest worker down? We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work. Right to work. Besides, we're not that different. It helps the people see us talking. Cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Rights of people, rights of workers to have gainful employment, to make a salary and feed their families.
It's better speaking to you on the tone of things, bland and uninspired because as it is, compiling replies from social phrases. Yeah, that's I think I gotta lean into it on here. Let me double check something real quick, okay? Is this better? Yep, there we go. Thank you.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work. Right to work. Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, scab.
The watering man hollers in return. Honest men and women, with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want to work, they ought to let in those who do want to work. I have a question. The lieutenant looks him in the eye. Why do all these men follow the rules? You think they will follow because of big money? No, they follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were, he starts spelling, given a job to do. Hopefully the mic is better now. Man, I'm doing so good with all this stream. Good Lord. Let me double check here. It's one of those directional mics. Can you hear me now? I might need to lower the game a bit. Okay, awesome. Let me see if I can get this moved a bit. Okay. A melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's the magazine she's reading?
I don't know. Frit. I think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
There you go. The story goes that the normal Frit with 2 T's, a men's workshop in Vrederfort, was already taken, so when Frit Retail Incorporated grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
You mean this?
She looks at the cover posting a colorful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Well, damn. Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Ah. Oh, God.
Anita, she's a model. Usually it's a model. Or a singer-songwriter. Or a model.
So usually a model.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Okay, I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
What can you tell me? Can you tell me anything about the dead body? I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Did you know the man who died? Not really. Does it mean you knew him a little? No, I didn't know him at all. How long has it been there? I don't know, really long. What do you think happened? I don't know. No need to worry. The lieutenant's voice is soothing and professional. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay? Okay. She scratches her nose. Thanks for your help. Uh-huh. She, brushes a strand of hair off her face and tries to return to her magazine. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white and untouched by harm. Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nozafed, Druamine, magnesium, and hypnogamma. I'm good for the moment. Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and you put it in the machine, and then it gives you money. You need a bag, I guess? We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so she shrugs. Ah, so that's the thing I need a bag for. Man.
Welcome to Revachol.
The remark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to Kim.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided. making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here.
Okay.
That I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
The air between them becomes tense. Oh, good lord.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before. Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers. He smells of heavy motor oils in his breath, of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astro Whites. Interesting. What are you hauling? Not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. Wait, how long has this been going on? The strike? They've been at it a while. A month, 2 months maybe? He gestures toward the lorries. But this here is just the last week or so. What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up? Apples. Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you have something to hide. Apples? Yeah, apples. I take you had other questions? What was that argument all about? It's about biological determinism, natural law. That's the sorting of races. He spits on the ground. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You may want to change the topic, that is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. I get it, someone has to be the unpopular guy. Oh, so you're just a racist. Makes sense. To be honest, I can't remember what that means. Please explain. On second thought, let's talk about something else. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. He gestures with a cigarette for emphasis. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who study these things say that you and me are superior by design. He glances at Kim. So naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you see the merits in that. Yes, I can really tell you're a prime example of superior design. Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources. This concerns you, policemen, so you better be vigilant. The damn kit are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes, and the other intruder species too. He throws a sharp glance at Lieutenant Kitsuragi. They're on the precipice of cultural victory. Oh, yeah, I'm done. Oh, the man seems mildly disappointed that you didn't want to hear more of his lecture. Yeah, I'm really not down with it. You can go fuck yourself. Not the best to do as a policeman, but screw it. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to raise the lid. Open the lid. Okay. We're just in time. The lieutenant peers in. This hasn't been emptied for over a week. Box. You see, milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The moments are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to it. Dive further. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below and turbo noodles, nothing of note. Pick up the rags. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. The victim's clothes. The lieutenant smells them. Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt too. A wide belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you think anything else is in there? I have another bag here. Something slimy catches your eye. A drab long-sleeve shirt, olive colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus. This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more? The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye, but other than that, a thrown-out towel, a mug, that's all. Alright, we should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard, or that one. He nodded toward the red-haired boy behind him. I'd advise against confronting that force. You think someone from the Whirling might have been involved, maybe? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and this establishment had the key. It's just a small, loose thread. Gonna search the food waste. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands, apple and potato peels mostly, unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? A blue piece of plastic stuck out of the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. A damaged ledger. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes written in a man's handwriting. Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look, he points. The plastic has the RCM street grid. You even got a autopsy form. It has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Someone from the Whirling threw it in the trash? I don't know. I'm boring. I'd rather not talk. What are you talking about? I speak at the tongue. Doeth thou also thorough inventories? He points to the ruined notes. You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. He peers into the trash where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Now tell me where your eagle eyes see, or are we finished? And the mug. With an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. An antique. The man briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. And close the lid. Okay, let's see what we got here. Interactable. Interact. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Boy. Yeah. Gotta move stuff around. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, Waterlogged Ledger, for spelling it out for us. Let's see. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Take it off. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. Let's see. An aluminum block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. Run your finger across the aluminum. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's regular, sparkling, with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances. Hey, Lieutenant, what is this? What? He's lost in his own notes. It takes a moment for him to look. That thing? It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. What kind of information? It depends. Aside from anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue. How can I read it? Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Like, all RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too. Nice. It's made of dark blue plastic hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however, the U4 sized board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you can see the embossed RCM. You shake the ledger, something rattles inside ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? And something small inside? Light? Maybe wanted paper and cardboard? Dried up flowers? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. The plastic simmers like lapis lazuli, but is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. Browse the white papers. They're not exactly white anymore. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes there into watercolored patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files! Commit to paper!" The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. What is in there, and what are they about? Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51. This year, the exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention, but there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you. In the middle of March, you have attempted 2 cases a week on average. What do you mean, is that all? Is 2 weeks, is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant? Huh? He raises his note. 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? He raises both eyebrows. That's a lot. I don't mean to say you're making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. That's okay, he nods, then turns back to his own case files. We all make mistakes. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins, yet still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might even say, one that draws inspiration from Snoop fiction and Vespertine cop show staples. And they're written in capital letters, too. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural, another The Square Bullet Hole Murders, another yet The Unsolvable Case. Another appears more lighthearted. The guy's on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article free collapsing tenement murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done later once you're done expecting them at close. You mean the alphanumeric officer precinct time of arrival on the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. Why is that? It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one. He peeks into his notes. The man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that to amuse myself. Hey, thanks for the file, Procyon Loader. How do you say that right? Okay. He smiles. I pray his loved ones never find out. The man with the hole in his head. What happened to him? Rail spike through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident. There is room for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Commit to paper. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It is unfitting of this monumental event. It will do barely, but... Kim, do you have a pen? The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hanging from the binder, like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He's not really saying anything, just standing there looking at them. Can I have one? Know that I would give this to you. He puts out he pulls one out from the loop with resentment. With this beauty, commit to paper. The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. Cross out the ones you've already finished. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you. And you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion. From the damaged ledger. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case? No, actually. Any ideas? Ooh, okay. What should we call this one, guys? The Hanged Man, the Furies are at home in the mirror, the setting sun, shit on a stick, or actually I don't have one. I don't know, personally I'm kind of feeling the Furies are at home. Okay, we're going with the Furies are at home in the mirror. Furies, yes, well, it's obvious he doesn't like it. I don't know, I have to be honest. I'm not experiencing the internal strife that refers to it. Also, he furrows his brow. Can we make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name. You know, think, like, what would a good normal name? The Hanged Man. Great, that's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. Read your ledger, name the case. 30 experience. Okay, I'll close the case files. Let's see. Fuck. Mess that one up? Okay. not quite there to... In the back you see thin translucent copier paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. Some bright red, marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the Bible, hand them out according to type of form. The types of forms are there. 3. The topmost is misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are filled autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. Okay. Grab field autopsy, a dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red and yellow. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in with age, sex, orientation, condition of internal organs. Grab a station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing, and then misconduct fine. All in a print so small it can be considered downright cute. And then the misconduct file is a monetary penalization for ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, or real, but these require special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out all over the various fields. Over the rest of the fields. Okay. All that remains now is to fill out the forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. Oh, God. I smelled the ledger. The acidic stench of rotting food has rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by the faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discreet or Axel or something. At some point in its journey, Ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet. Which toilet would that be? Remember when I said the smell of the upstairs bathroom was so rank they should have sent a poet to describe it? It is sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner, a line this poet might have used. Why, yes, it is, among many other things. This cleaning tablet is used by the whirling in rags. Perhaps that's where the ledger was dropped in the toilet. By you? Yes! The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's coming off the sides. If you bend the plastic of the knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible just to know. Slide the drawer open. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. What's inside? 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Two octopuses are smiling on these ticket stubs. Excuse me. Reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to a zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too. Thin wax papers has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, flower patterns, patches of glue. Smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored. A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says Tutti Frutti. Familiar handwriting lines are inside of the card, looped round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There's care, effort, and a smile, you think, although that is not something that you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it'll make you happy. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep beside me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step on the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon when I get off the 49 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Challenging success. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. A streetcar descending. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. Hold on to what? There's nothing. Detective, is everything is all right? And you fall. Disco Elysium.
There is nothing.
What the fuck? Did I just die? I think I just died. Okay, that's cool.
Again.
That's okay, I like it. I was like, the way that it was set up, it seemed like this was the intro, and then it was like, wait a minute, no, wait. Nothing?
Nothing, sad brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness he's grasping for it, still trying to hold on to the great sorrow slipping in the water. Slimy.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Tell him.
Ah, yes, and in the olfactory system they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so, but as they say, what do you do?
Ooh, I like smell.
Yeah, man. Fuck everything. Total blackout forever. There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause. Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing. Don't prod at it. It will start moving again. Yeah, man. What was that about? You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Oh, but you are. They're pouring something on you. In you. It's
delicious. Oh, there we go. In an upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuraga's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin. Drink water. The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes, the darkness parts. Drink. He tilts the canister. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration. The Greedy gulps you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it. What happened? Let's see. What happened? I should ask you the same. You were reading your paperwork, then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to the hospital, then you came to. How long was I out? 10 minutes, maybe. I was dehydrated. It won't happen again. Ledger of failure and hatred. Good. Tutorial agent. The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your hand for skill bonuses. Find it under the tool sections in your inventory. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all the content. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? Good Lord. This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them this is your inane ideology. The mug will be useful. By denouncing it, it can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. The mug didn't belong in the trash. Well, it was just a funny mug. Why can't anyone laugh anymore? Yeah, fuck that response. Okay, just finish my case. I gotcha. Oh, interesting. You see yourself above, or from above. You're passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter at the mention of what? A great white object letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. Weird. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector of streetcar number 42, slowly from down the slope from Voyager Road and then east on the B206 across the river to where there are no closed factories or ruins. To study at the academy, electrical cables run overhead and the bow collector draws across them like a musical instrument. A flash, she's standing at the rear window holding onto the rail. It's in a spring coat. She's in a spring coat waving at you. Ooh, the orbs have surprises. Oh, God. Okay, gave him the trash container key. Thanks, I hope you found what you were looking for. I found the victim's clothes. How strange, I certainly didn't put them there. Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state. Could someone on your staff have put them there? Who else has keys to the trash container? The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though. Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Did someone on your staff have put them there? Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. So I talked to Sylvie. Wink. God, he does not look pleased. Too pleased. Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him. Oh, God. Oh. I don't want to lay that on him. Oh, of course. Good Lord, fuck my life. Of course you do. This was your plan all along. This is how you fix it for them, by answering the woman question. Wonderful. It is. It's wonderful. What? He's going to do? What does that mean? Cock carousel. Oh. She rides the cock carousel until she's too old to ride it. Then she settles down with a provider. No time for lectures. The point is you're losing at her nasty mind games. Sylvie's a total psycho. Oh, with that smile, too. I think I like the no time for lectures. God, does it mean you talked to her? What else did she say about me? That was roughly it. You don't want to know. Yeah, she said she likes the cock carousel so much, or very much. So fun. Depict a carousel of cocks going merrily around. If he actually did that animation, I would choose that, but I know they don't. The manager leans his hands on the corner and sighs. His head drops between his shoulders, heavy and defeated. She broke the bird, you know, the great skua. I found it on the ground with a broken wing on the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my ass. He stops and stares at the counter. Or you broke the bird. It can also be that. I think Sylvie even. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it. Or, you know, maybe I broke it? Yeah, man, signals, mixed signals. This is a classic cock carousel behavior. Broken bird, feathers, not knowingly. This is all part of the mindfuck of the cock carousel. Oh. Mirtha slapped. Cock carousel. I think I understand now. It's what they ride until like 39. Alcohol, Commodore Red. He takes a bottle of wine off the shelf, pours himself a glass. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest. He corks the bottle and hands it to you. Now let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment on my own. He stares into the blood red liquid in the cup. And that's where we have it. Isn't this beautiful? Another situation fixed by Dr. Love. Oh. Okay. for forensic scientists, tactical fighters, math-minded people. Versus you not only the laws of the state, but the laws of nature. It enables you to create virtual crime scene models in your mind's eye. You'll see how a bullet shattered the glass, and from that trace its trajectory with mathematical precision. You also count so many footprints, and at a glance discern shoe size and design, as well as height, weight, and gender of the one who wore them. At high levels, visual calculus makes the world reveal its secrets to you, but you may be so absorbed by your own mind diorama you don't notice as crooks steal your pants. However, at low levels, your mind's eye will be blind. Reconstructing crime scenes will be difficult without outside help. Kind of like that one. Psychedelic fanciers. And enables you to make fresh associations to delve into world concepts from Jean Carb's postmodernist Carpier, and Revachol's arabesque architecture style. Diderita. Is that like Dada? I guess Dideridada. And even the concept of hardcore. And then importantly, to add your own contribution to these works. At high levels, conceptualization makes you big, perhaps too big. It is ostentation, demanding grand displays. Why live life when you can throw yourself into a live volcano? At low levels, however, you will be unable to see the world in a creative light. You'll be unable to contribute to conversations in an art gallery. Only boring people will invite you to their desk parties. Okay, let me check over here. Guys who won't die. That's good. Okay. There's just so much freaking stuff to mess with. Perception wants you to be open to the world with eyes, ears, and nose working fully at all capacity, enables you to take in what others don't. Notice the little water bills hid away in a sugar bowl, the odor of a perp hiding beneath the floorboards, the gulp of a suspect after claiming they've nothing to hide. At high levels, perception takes in every fine detail of the physical world, enough to overwhelm all but the strongest mind. However, with low levels, you're going to miss out on everything. After all, you can't arrest what you can't see, hear, or smell. Nope. Cops who need lightning? Oh, electrochemistry. Oh, okay, so it's the drug addict. Gotcha. It does, but it's also interesting because the visual calculus it already has on there. You'll also count so many footprints and at a glance discern shoe size and design, as well as the height, weight, and gender of all who wore them. Like, we've already run into that. So, like, it makes everything seem like it's going to play a part in some way or another. Endurance is your metabolism and circulatory system. It improves your health, one of the 2 health pools in the game. It enables you to survive being a cop. Who cares if you can't aim a gun if you can take a few bullets? Why be afraid of drugs that hurt your health if you're a very, very healthy man? Shake off a few heart attacks, you know, as you do, and makes you a powerful man. It looks down on the weaklings who can't keep up. However, cops with low endurance are likely to struggle. The body is frail already, and the flesh of the cop who often will be tested. And if that doesn't pass, it dies. kidnappers, scammers, sociopaths, cops, cop aficionados, pretend cops. Don't want to be, well, with lone with the average, you'll be ungainly beast, unable to talk to anyone without upsetting them. Carousel of the Cocks. Volition urges you to be a good guy to others and to yourself and enables you to resist temptation, be it in a bottle, between a pair of flags, or at the end of the iron barrel which promises oblivion. Volition also gives you the will to finish the investigation, improving morale, one of the 2 health goals in the game. At high levels, Volition makes you hyper sane. When you're about to get funky, it keeps you normal. It's a bit of a party pooper. At low levels, however, you'll have little morale. Without it, you'll be a profoundly unstable cop, falling apart at the seams as you make irreversible mistakes. Yeah, that one needs to be leveled up. It's interesting. I don't really think there's a reason to be back here, but... Oh yeah, we needed to at least check the room. And kill a few minutes. I'll still let the mirror be for now. Okay. I really don't think there is a reason to be here, but... Prior to this must have been for a previous volume. In short, there was more. Interesting. There we go. The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. Thank you so much on that one. I would definitely have not noticed that. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. Still super freaking low to fix my expression, but I'm okay with that. sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet. Actually, should I be thinking about this? Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade into yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick the stain off the counter. You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. Fuck. Hangover feels really bad. You have to take the edge off. Find a bottle of alcohol, put it in your hand, equip in the health slot in your inventory, and the magic will happen by itself.
Hello again, sweetie.
You must be joking. Need a positive, although our pay does sometimes feel like a joke. It's not easy to assert your rights to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you. Maybe you should talk to Everart, the union leader? Interesting idea. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket. I'm seriously just trying to kill 2 minutes. I don't have any money. I'm not going to be able to get a drink.
Can I help you?
By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke. Absolutely out of the question. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger, then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire. Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Well, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now. Good. A golden sun melts down your throat, its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again, a real cop, a real detective. Incredibly well done. In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a drink button. It gives +1 to physique skills, physical instrument, half-light, electrochemistry, endurance, pain thresholds, shivers. This is good before rolling a white check, but damages your morale. And remember, from the void we came, and to the void we must return. That's cool.
You see him throwing rocks? The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us f***s, Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got.
Oh,
what you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast. Right, Peg. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. The shit is beneath Kuno. Could hook you up with some sweet rags, shit like Kuno's wearing. He points to his past. Your size, good price, 500 real. You'd have been blind not to notice the giant white letters fallen running down his trouser leg. Alright, entertainment. What's so great about these pants? Pig, these are Fallen modulars, liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit, made in Morova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit. He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic wrap pants. They are graphite black and look brand new. These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these. Endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around except for that up there. He points to the cadaver. Now you want a performance gear or not, Grandpa? The lieutenant remained silent, but his expression couldn't say I told you so any louder. No, Kuno. You don't know anything about tampering, about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have bands. Whatever, Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for Fallon anyway, pig. Oh. Goose sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain, he whispers, excited. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, because he's the clothes fucker. Can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene. Clean some of it up. Shit, that's tense. He thinks for a moment. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gotta get tied to the radiator. He nods in approval. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there, and if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and two together here. Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on snitching. She lets out a hiss, even meaner than before. Get away from my Kuno. Yeah! Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Look at that fucking shitty screech. You trying to get Kuno's goat? So would you say the ladder is unclimbable? Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat. The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook. It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno. What's in the greenhouse? Don't know, he shrugs. Kip's ass gardener used to work there. Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminoles or Areopagite descent. Yeah, I fell into that one. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilamara. Not so much anymore. But Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit. He looks you in the eye and nods as if agreeing with himself. Yeah, her. What's she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March? Fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something. Maybe she was preparing the garden beds? Definitely ask about that. It seems suspicious. You don't like things being that suspicious. That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind, lazy dinks. Vic, if Kuno was hiding something, it would be hidden, he says with exaggerated confidence. But it's not hidden, is it, sire? You picked up on it. You should examine the pile of roofing material again. Body, what do you know? Shitload pig, what's your question? Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. This is where you quickly ask him questions, real cop questions like a cop. Oh, good. He was Kuno's fuck gimp. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit happened. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinai. He wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. Kuno was in fucking Night City. Ooh. Ah, you wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know where Kuno's been fucking up to? Don't tell him, Kuno. It's lame. It's not fucking lame. Kuno's buildings, Kuno Street, Night City, Rage City, the City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame. Lame. Oh. Have you seen anybody suspicious around? Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dark. That seemed pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno. Oh. Kuno's Kuno. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book. How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There's silly way. Just Builder's Regional. Really? Oh, Kuno. Fuck. A ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopathic ghost with an ace up his sleeve. I know you wanted to hit me. He lets it linger. You got that. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. Look, that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look. Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know what you were thinking that. I can. His whisper is so silent, it seems the words are echoing in your head, not coming from his lips. Kuno can smell that violent shit. I know what you were thinking. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut his shit down. You know what? You should have hit the Kuno, because now he raises his voice again. You're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. He spreads his arms, taking the dominion over the yard. King Kuno. Kuno turns you into his prison bitch. You're going to be in the ship with Kuno. No, the lieutenant almost rolls eyes. You're not. We can just leave. You're going to be in the ship with Kuno forever. The Pippo-headed critter doesn't let him finish. Pippo is a type of Pablo. You don't talk to me about my fucking Pippo. You don't know where I come from. Well, damn, Kuno. Because there's a secret door, behind the panels of a turret. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Yes?
The RCM in Martinez? What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Tell me, what exactly have you been doing in your greenhouse in March? Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green. At least that's what my grandma. Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird show. Boom. Yes, you've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you? The lieutenant intervenes, looking at her intently. Yes, I'm tired. I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an eye on us. Silence, the smallest of smiles. That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. The lieutenant nods at you. I think we're done here. Let's go. Of course, I won't hold you back. She wipes her brow with the canary yellow glove. If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy. Hand you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. Nice. I look so pretty.
Looking for something, Aunt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
He stares at the yellow man month, and suddenly he explodes. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. I haven't seen anything that funny in a while. Racist Lori, is it yours? God damn, your life's such a... Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. He doesn't live in Martinez. Nice. No fucking apples, man. Just regular Coach Cove picked apples. Coach Cove? Maybe another derogative for a person from Grod, you think? Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down south. Vecocata. Beautiful place, got real scenic vistas. In fact, Vecocata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas, supports virtually no plant life or animal life. The lorry driver glares at you intently and shrugs. Then I guess they grow up with somewhere else, because they never really can tell with those. They're everywhere, except for their own homes. What does that mean? It means that people living in Grod. Hey, you know, Gradniks, Grodvolk. Those are names from Grod. Because that's what they're called. Yeah. Low self-esteem, those guys, mind you, they look occidental, but they're really not like this. So it's an ethnic slur. Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, then who am I to say otherwise? Said something about rights and privileges of lawmen. Yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license, everything. We tried to hold on to our privileges. Oh, trust in street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right in the ass. Mark my words, generations of practice ain't no laughing matter. Uh-huh. Okay, so back to the... Oh, man. That dude. Get out of the way or get fucked up. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder. Oh, God. Oh, it's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professional, I mean. Are you a really good detective? Oh, look at that. Valsund makes a lot of this phenomenal even for them, but I think this falls under a book here. Do you think it's just asked whether you should go for it? Looks like the ledge is the whole. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous to me to stop, so whenever you're ready to go, I'll be right behind you. The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating around. Who knows what its pockets may hide? Oh God. Holy wow, that's high. It doesn't seem dangerous, though. It must be crazy to just that this is certain death. Vertigo almost pushes you over the edge. Oh no. $0.90, yes. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13 buildings lined the hillside like sarcophagi, an ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 39, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B-infested slum.
Yes?
A pissing competition. Nice. Boy. Okay. Well, Okay, I'm back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually end this stream and start up another one. That way I can switch to a different game. I've actually got several that I want to play. The two I was thinking was Naissance. Well, the ones that were voted were Control and Stardew Valley and Disco Elysium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably jump in on Stardew Valley and start a new farm. Maybe Naissance, just to play a little bit and get caught up to where I was, because that is a weird fucking game. But I will